This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Well, Irv Gotti sold the rights. Well, he only owned half the rights to his music, which really he's selling Ja Rule, Ashanti, the whole Murder Inc.'s catalog. He sold all the masters he got $100 million. And he has big plans on flipping that into Tales, shooting his own TV show, which he's been shooting with BET for 3 or 4 years, and I'm sure they own part of the rights to Tales just to have funded it prior to that. And he plans on funding it himself, and then he has big plans on licensing it and everything else and shooting a movie, blah, blah, blah. I think he's going to shoot the Murder Inc. movie, which will be interesting. My question is, I wonder how Ja Rule and Ashanti and every other person that was on the Inc. records, they sold about 60 million records worldwide. Def Jam owned a piece of that. And then also, I don't know if Ja Rule and Ashanti, I know they own their, they probably own their, writer's credit and everything else. But, but it's like, I wonder how they feel about their masters being sold for such a high amount of money and not getting a piece of it. Now, Irv Gotti plans on flipping this into Tales, which is like he thinks it's going to get relicensed for like $300 million from Netflix, when Netflix is paying $100 million for Friends. They're not going to pay. They're going to pay a fraction of that for Tales, because the viewership. I don't even think it gets 1 million viewers every time. Friends was getting probably 8 to 10 million viewership on each episode when it aired. It was a very successful series that's been licensed for the past 23, 24 years. Now, why are all these... We're seeing a lot of artists selling the rights, the masters, to all their music. From Neo to The Dream. The list goes on. I mean, so many artists have sold their masters. Why are these huge companies, these pretty much like hedge fund type of venture companies or venture capitalist companies, buying these masters? I mean, they have a long-term play here that nobody knows about, and they've been buying up. They're going to control a lot of music. I mean, a lot of people have been selling their catalogs, and I guess the art is to take the money and flip it. 50 Cent has yet to sell his masters. He sold the rights to his music just for radio play to get residuals every month, and I'm pretty sure he owns the rights to Tony Yayo, Lloyd Banks, Young Buck, everybody that was on G Unit, and they sold a lot of records. I mean, I think they sold over 100 million records. They were way more successful than Murder Inc. ever was. We'll have to see, but 50 Cent's heavily into television way more than Irv Gotti is, and of course we're only talking about them because they are at odds with each other forever because of the shooting that happened. But and he holds Irv Gotti and them responsible because they were linked to Preem. But it'll be interesting to see if 50 Cent, because for some reason 50 Cent never took the carrot at the end of the stick and sold the rights to all his music and the masters. He knows something. He must be privy to some information that not a lot of other people are, because he would have done that and flipped it into television and movies where he is dominating right now, to own all the rights. Anyways, we'll probably hear from Ashanti and Ja Rule. I'm sure they're not too happy about their masters being sold and not getting a piece of that, but we will see. Irv Gotti kind of tells on himself when he talks in these interviews, because if he's talking about selling Tales for licensing Tales for $300 million and not comparing it to Friends or something else that's being licensed for $100 million, I mean, it's kind of obvious that some white lies are being told. But anyways, I'll check you guys next one. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Peace.